cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation for when you don't. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to the show. There you go. For sure. Glad that you're there. I'm glad to be here with you. And we're early in the week on Let's Talk Nutrition, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, 2 hours a day, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time. And, of course, the show is coast to coast, does play at different times in different markets. You have to check your local listings, but you can always catch it live at letstalknutrition.com. You can listen to it there. You can watch it there. But, of course, most people use their radio. And that's a good thing. Support your local radio station. Yesterday on the show, I was talking about aging and how we think about aging. I did that with an eye toward today's show, knowing that I was going to sort of develop this a little bit more. And the broadcast gods are usually pretty kind to me. And the story was trending this morning out of Cornell University that ties right into the theme. And yesterday, the theme is this, what I was talking about yesterday, how we think about our perspective on aging influences, of course, how we would define it. It affects how we treat others in our society. It affects our health in terms of how we age, literally, biologically. It's really an important concept and an important issue. And in the first part of the show today, I want to develop this a little bit more and share with you the story that was trending this morning about how traditional societies and modern societies view aging and the difference, and you'll be, I think, rather surprised by this difference. And then I'll tie that in with another story and study that trended a while back. I reported on it. I think I did, and my recollection is that I did, about how it does feel to be old in different societies. Or, if you can pose it as a question, how does it feel to be old in different societies? And then there's, out of the International Institute for Applied Systems Analysis, they were talking about in an article about a new definition for old age. So these are some of the things I want to discuss and talk about with you this morning before my guest comes on a little later in the show, Dr. Cass Ingram. I think this is an important issue because there's not one single person listening here to this show or watching it that's not affected by it. You may not think, well, why would I care about how we think about aging? We, meaning society, or how I, as a person, an individual, think about aging. Let me tell you, I don't need the research to inform me and to make me aware or to help me understand that this is a critical issue. When you look at the impact of how people think about aging as individuals, how we think about aging as a society and a culture, and how the different practices that we have in our society, the different how can I put this? The different systems that we have in society to take care of people, whether that be the medical system of one sort or another, whatever it may be, will be influenced by the society's perspective on aging. And you may be, at a point or stage in your life where, old, quote, in quotes, old age is not of a concern to you. But I can tell you, and we all know that sooner or later you're going to be there too. And usually happens sooner rather than later for most people. It happens pretty quick, right? How you're treated in the medical system relative to your age, and I know there's more than a few people listening that can talk for a long time, could call this show and share a story or two about because of their age they were treated in such or this or that other manner that was not very good because of their age. And if you think that doesn't happen, with all due respect, you're sadly mistaken. This is a youth-oriented culture. It is not like that in all cultures. I have no problem with being a youth-oriented culture, but not to the exclusion or to the discrimination of people who are deeper into the life cycle. Young people are the lifeblood of the culture, but I must say, and other cultures recognize this. I don't think we do a good job at this, but other cultures do recognize the importance of the elderly, and in that realization, take advantage of their knowledge, their wisdom, their experience, and they're more integrated into the mainstream of life. It's like children. You see this, they get a new toy, they play with it for a while, and then the toy gets old, and what do they do with it? It gets to the bottom of the toy box and rarely played with again. And we sort of do that with people, and that's unconscionable. I don't think there's some grand design to do it. I just think it has played out that way. When you put a lot, and it is a youth-oriented culture. Corporations don't hire older people, quote, in quotes, older people. They hire young people most of the time because they're going to get more out of it. I understand that. It's business. I get that. But sometimes they would be wise to hire some of these folks that have been laid off or, lose a job, get fired, whatever, and walk in the streets looking for a job and have a lot of insight and knowledge. Companies could really use people like that to their advantage. But they don't want, and again, in quotes, old people around the office, right? And I don't know why it has to be mutually exclusive. Why does it have to be solely a youth-oriented culture? Why can't it be a human-based culture where everybody is considered important no matter what your age? I don't get it. And as I move through the life cycle and deeper into the lifespan, this becomes even more of a highlighted issue for me personally. But and I seize upon that and use that as motivation and passion to talk about it so that we can do better at it. There are pockets of progress in our culture where I think aging is viewed more optimistically. It's viewed in a non-discriminatory way. There are pockets of it in our culture. But as a whole, it's not my perception. I could be wrong. It's not my perception that this is a culture that embraces the elderly to the extent that, they're no longer forgotten, put into a nursing home, and they're left to die. That's what nursing homes are. They're the last stop for many people. for most, quite frankly. And that's how I see it. And I don't think it's right. And it's not that way in all cultures. I'll share with you in this story out of Cornell, in some cultures, you know what? The elderly are viewed to have a better memory than young people. Not in our culture. We see older people as what? Not being able to remember their name or social security number, for heaven's sake. Yeah, I know I get animated on this topic because I think it's so important. Come back, we'll talk some more.
At Canavest, we believe that the future of hemp is unlimited, and through innovative and responsible application and science, we will enhance the prosperity and well-being of our customers, employees, and communities. As pioneers, our long-term goal at Canavest is to locate hemp seed processing mills near to our future family of hemp farmers. These local factories will convert hemp seed into nutritious oil, protein powders, bread flour, and hemp meal. Canavest supports local efforts and believes that sustainability starts locally. Canavest was named one of the Nutritional Outlook's Best of 2014, and we are committed to pioneering the hemp revolution as the world's leading producer of quality hemp-derived CBD products. Resistance to change is in great part the result of trying to do today's job with yesterday's tools and with yesterday's concepts. The hemp revolution is here, and it's up to all of us to change perception and to impact policy. Will you join us in this movement? Learn more about the education and science behind Canavest at canavest.com.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymatica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymatica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Not all societies view aging in the same way. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. I'm going to talk a little bit about this morning in the first portion of the show. Again, I'm focused on it because it has relevance. It has practical relevance. How the society, any society, views the elderly. You don't need a PhD to figure this out. How they view the elderly is going to determine how they treat them. I mean, come on. This is not hard. Nevertheless, traditional societies, in fact, according to the Cornell paper that I read this morning, Cornell University, and I said this yesterday, I said you have to look at aging more optimistically. And I'll be darned if this very morning, and I didn't know this study was trending when I said that yesterday, says that the aging in traditional societies, the aging process is viewed in a more positive light than modern societies. This is according to a Cornell researcher in a recent study published in the journals of Gerontology and Psychological Science. And Dr. Corina Lockenhoff, Associate Professor of Human Development in the College of Human Ecology, Associate Professor of Gerontology at Weill Cornell Medicine in New York City, said, there have been anecdotal reports and theoretical reasoning that people in traditional societies look at aging more favorably, she said. However, this is the first study of aging perceptions to gather quantitative data, and to use the same questions across modern and traditional societies, Dr. Lockenhoff said. In the study, the researchers showed participants a photo of a young person, and then they showed them a photo of the same person that was digitally altered to make that person look older, him or her, male or female. And then they asked the participants in the study a series of questions to try to determine their attitudes toward aging. The questions tested such perceptions of aging as respect received, whose opinion is more respected, wisdom, life satisfaction, who is more satisfied with life, the younger person or the older one, memory, who is more forgetful, when they showed them the pictures, the younger person or the older person, and new learning. In response, the participants were asked to point at the older or younger face when they asked them the questions. That's it, just a point. And I reported on the Shamani the other day, but the Shamani Amazonian forager farmers viewed old, which is a traditional culture, they view old people as having better memories than young people. That's not the case in our society. We have it just the opposite. While people in Poland and the United States viewed the young as having better memories in this study. The researchers found that across different societies, there was some consensus that older people are more respected and perceived as wiser than young people, and that in general, participants perceived aging as more detrimental to women than men. Where the hell they got that from, I have no clue. This is according to Dr. Lockenhoff. But the Shamani participants differed from their industrial counterparts in perceptions of memory. The people in the study were from you get it now, from different cultures. While the participants, they said, from industrialized nations held negative beliefs of aging and memory, the Shamani felt the elderly had better memories. We don't see, Stephen, you got to give me a reality check here. Don't you am I wrong about this? Don't we tend in our culture to see elderly as not having as good a memory?
Yeah, sure. We blow them off. It's like, oh, that's just grandma misremembering, or
right.
Things
so
along
it's
those
not,
lines.
It's not just. Yeah, I mean, you sort of see that too, right?
Yeah, but I think it tends to be a little bit true with our society, and you could probably go back to just the health of our older population, and just how it's getting. We're living longer, but we're feeling worse, and just especially.
Well, you make a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Stephen. I mean, there is some truth that as we age, our memories are not as acute, as sharp. But isn't it interesting, though, in this one particular traditional culture, this Amazonian culture, even though that may be happening biologically, they don't see it that way. And I wonder if they do, in fact, have better memories when they're older in that culture. I wonder if that's the case.
Yeah, again, I mean, just with our society and just, how we take care of ourselves or don't take care of ourselves, I would imagine that population you're talking about actually is more in it, involved, coherent, remembering.
Have a better memory?
Yeah.
It could very well be.
They're actually different.
Nevertheless, Dr. Lockenhoff said there are reasons to think that traditional societies would have more positive beliefs about aging and memory. Modern societies no longer rely on oral traditions where older people serve as the repositories of culture and knowledge, she said, whereas traditional societies still value experience-based knowledge. Dr. Lockenhoff went on to say the findings are important for traditional societies to ensure their attitudes toward older adults do not suffer as they increasingly modernize. And for modern society, she said, the findings shed light on how culture and context can have an influence on the way that aging is seen, and that in turn can affect how people age. Close quote.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Now Foods, our products work. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
There's a growing body of evidence that would suggest how you think about the aging process is, in fact, going to influence how the process unfolds as you age. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. This is, to me, I find this rather intriguing, and it implicates every single person listening. Sooner or later, maybe right now, if not right now, down the road, depending on what your age, your chronological age. So, this study out of Cornell University, the people in the study, they were from our modern societies. They had some samples from modern societies, and they had people from a traditional society. In this case, the Shamani Amazonian forager farmers. And when they showed them photographs of a person who was young, and then an older version of that same person, an older version of the person, right? And then asked them a series of questions. Lo and behold, people from these traditional societies, like the Shamani, had different views about the elderly than modern societies, people in modern societies. One is that they thought, they believe in this traditional society, for example, of the Shamani, that older people have better memories. We don't see it that way in our culture. And Dr. Lockenhoff, who headed up the study, believes that there is evidence that stereotypes, and I agree with her, about aging affect older people. And this phenomenon is known as stereotype threat. That's what it's called. Where negative stereotypes about certain groups, such as the notion that elderly have poor memories, will in fact affect the performance of the elderly. And I'll quote Dr. Lockenhoff. She said, quote, "Older people could be doing better if they were not pulled down by stereotype threat." Close quote. I agree. You know, I was in Starbucks over the weekend. I was studying for this one course I'm in. And I saw this elderly woman walk in, and she had to be maybe in her 80s and had all the classic signs of an elderly person. She was dressed very nicely. She was put together, but she was having, her gait was a little slow. She did have osteoporosis. I could tell from her back. She was hunched over, but very, very poised and very put together. And the poor thing, she walked in, and then she didn't go to the counter that we waited on, but she went to a table, and then just for her to sit down was an effort. And when she sat down, she misjudged how far she was from the seat of the chair, and she thought she was closer than she was, and then dropped into the chair, and it was like a hard landing. But you could see she was having a hard time. Well, it turns out that her daughter was with her, and I thought it was great. I presume that was either her mother. It could have been her mother or her grandmother, the woman that was with her. I saw it as her mother. They looked alike, very much alike. And I was sitting there watching the interaction between them, and I brought her coffee, and she brought her something to eat, and they were sitting there, and I was watching this interaction, and it reminded me of my own mother. And being, and then having to visit nursing home and this and that. And the care and attention that her daughter was giving her. You could see that this elderly person was cared for and loved and respected. You could just see it. And you don't see that all the time. In fact, sometimes the elderly are put into a nursing home, never to be seen by others again except the people in the nursing home, which is, to me, that's criminal. That is, you burn in hell for stuff like that. You don't do that. You just don't do that, man. But nevertheless, in other cultures, this does not happen as much. In Asian cultures, the elderly are regarded with such respect and consideration and honor and utility and importance, and it makes a difference what happens to them as they age. And I bet there's more than a few people listening to this show right now that are sitting there by themselves, quite elderly, listening to this show and feeling just what I'm talking about, experiencing it. I understand. So that's why I talk about this on the show, because I'm trying to I'm not here to inform. I'm here to persuade and try to get people to think about changing certain ideas and attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. And we need room for improvement here. So in another study, they posed the question, how does it feel to be old in different societies? This was a study I reported on back in 2014. It was from out of the University of Kent. And they said in a summary of the study, and my producer Josh is showing you the press release for it, that people that were 70 years old and over identified themselves as, quote, old and feel as old, and then they feel worse about their own health in those societies where they perceive that they have lower value than younger age groups. This is not just an opinion. This is documented that people in this study, that people who are 70 and older identified themselves as old. And then, moreover, they felt worse about their own health in those particular societies where that was promoted, and they perceived that they had lower value. Nobody should end up like that. Nobody should ever be at a point in their life where they feel like they no longer have value. We shouldn't allow that to happen. The title of the study was Being Old and Ill Across Different Countries, Social Status, Age Identification, and Older People's Subjective Health. It was published in the journal Psychology and Health. I don't know. I'm just saying, we got to do better. Come back, I'll share with you the new definition for old age. We have relied, it's been too quantitative. We have relied too much on the chronological number in identifying people as, and forgive me, old. Come back, I'll share with you a different point of view about this, and I think we're doing better in this regard, though.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes? Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Roll & Oates, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Hi, I'm Jordan Rubin, founder and CEO of Garden of Life. Oceans 3 was created with a simple premise in mind: develop a line of premium omega-3 fish oil formulations that met or exceeded the market leader in quality, and then go beyond omega-3 by providing amplified benefits and value to the consumer. Oceans 3 contains ultra-pure, high-potency fish oil, along with astaxanthin and fucoxanthin. Each of these ingredients, when taken individually, have superb benefits. When they are combined into the exciting compound omega-xanthin, they work synergistically to amplify their already amazing benefits. In addition to the synergy of omega-xanthin, Oceans 3 offers unrivaled purity and greater value than the leading omega-3 fish oils available today, making the Oceans 3 family of products the best choice for anyone looking to add a healthy dose of omega-3 fats and a giant dose of extraordinary health to their lives.
Is your fish oil wildly pure? New Chapter is proud to offer a whole food approach to fish oil, Whole Mega. Naturally pure 100% wild-caught salmon comes from the pristine waters of Alaska. Like extra virgin olive oil, the fresh-caught salmon for Whole Mega is pressed immediately after harvest. And that's all that's needed to deliver wild Alaskan salmon's whole complement of vital omega fatty acids. These omegas support your heart health. One serving of Whole Mega per day, 2 grams, has been clinically shown to help retain healthy triglyceride levels and to improve the omega-3 index, a studied marker of heart health. And did you know experts recommend consuming 2 to 3 servings of fish per week? So 1 week of Whole Mega delivers the omegas of 3 servings of wild Alaskan salmon. Discover the New Chapter difference, wildly pure Whole Mega. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local Fine Health food store.
Are you tired of taking vitamin pills or powders? How about gummy vitamins with high fructose, corn syrup, or coloring? Finally, you have a choice with Nature's Dynamic whole food gummy supplements and probiotics made by a dad. Imagine getting benefits of your garden in a delicious gummy supplement. Nature's Dynamics utilizes organic, plant-based vitamin and mineral sources with non-GMO, gluten, soy, and dairy-free ingredients in a delicious gummy for the whole family. Nature's Dynamics has berry garden gummies made by a dad, multivitamin, omega-3 and probiotics for kids, body boost joint relief, whole food bone and calcium gummy, whole food immune and vitamin C gummy, whole food omega-3 gummy, Be Beautiful hair, skin, and nails gummy, prenatal plus gummy, whole food probiotics for digestive support, and body boost energy and wellness multivitamin for him and her in a delicious, easy to digest gummy. To learn more about Nature's Dynamics or to find a retailer near you, visit naturesdynamics.com or madebyadad.com. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by a dad.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Jarro Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, if you just tuned in, talking about our perceptions on and definitions of aging and how those perceptions and definitions will make a difference in how a person ages and how the elderly are treated in a society. And not all cultures, as it turns out, and it turns out that it's the more traditional cultures have a more optimistic view on aging. they treat the elderly better, and they have a more they attribute more positive aspects or attributes to the elderly. Like they believe in, for example, the Shamani, the Amazonian farmer foragers, they believe that the elderly have better memories than the young. That whether or not they do or not, I don't know, but that's what they believe because that's part of their cultural perspective on the elderly. Believe you me. Now, I know nursing homes would probably get real mad at me for saying this. But, you know, when the last year of my mom's life, I had to put her in a nursing home. There were nursing homes within 5 minutes of my house at the time where I lived, where my mom lived with me. I could have put her in any one of 3 or 4 of them. They were literally, one was within 5 and 10 minutes from, I could walk to them. I didn't put her in, I went to all of them, and I didn't put her in any one of them because I wouldn't want to be put in one of them. They were dreadful. And I mean dreadful. Instead, I found a nursing home from 2 recommendations, one from my accountant, one from one of my attorneys, and they both, on the same day, as fate would have it, both, I was asking them about it, and they both recommended the same place. And I ended up putting my mom there, and it was a great decision because she was treated very well. And my point is this: if we did better in how we viewed the elderly, these nursing homes wouldn't be, I wouldn't have had to do that. I could have had my mom closer to home. And the one, everybody said, oh, this is a great place. I walked down the hall, I smelled was urine and just a putrid smell. I said, hell no. I went to this other place, and I walked in, it looked like a Marine barracks that was spick and span, not floor shiny. I walked down the hall, I didn't smell that nasty smell. I guess I'm just trying to say that I think as a culture, if we did better, we would do better at the business of nursing homes. Because they're trying to make money, and they cut corners, and they run it like a business, man. They run it like a business. I understand that, but I think if there was more social pressure on us as a society, imposed on us by ourselves, we would do better at this. People worry and dread. That's what they fear. That you talk to some of the elderly people, what they fear the most is being stuck and slotted into some nursing home and put there and forever forgotten, or not even if they're forgotten, but the place isn't good, and they're not going to get quality care. So they fear that more than death. Talk to them. I have. They'll tell you that. They would rather die than be in that situation. We shouldn't have that. That should not exist. It should be such that no matter what, wherever you live, in whatever neighborhood, whatever city, it should be that there's a place that you can put your loved ones, and they're going to feel good about that, and so will you. Instead of you have to run all over hither and yon, over landscape and hill and valley to figure out where in the hell are you going to put your parents or somebody you care about that are going to be treated. You don't have to worry about it. Shouldn't be like that, in my opinion. 877-897-8255. You may have a view on this. If you do, don't hesitate to call the show. I feel very strongly about this. It was enlightening. Life teaches you, supposedly teaches you things. And when I was confronted with this and taking care of my mother, and I promised her I would never stick her into a nursing home unless I was forced to. I could no longer do it by myself. And then a day came. It does come. And I kept my promise. And I would say to my family members, there's no do-over. Do it the right way. There's no do-over. Don't, after the person's gone, say, oh, I wish I would have. You're too late. There's no do-over. Do it the right way. That's what I think. Nevertheless, in this other study, they were talking about how it feels to be old in different societies, and it was not good. And in our society, and even in some European societies, older people felt old. They said, I'm treated as old, I feel old, and I don't feel I'm valued. It's not only our culture. This is in other cultures too. So it is not something indigenous to the United States. Now, in some parts of the world, again, like I was pointing, in Asia, in Japan, for example, and other Asian countries, it's not that way. Totally different experience. And I reported on this study. It was last year, and the headline on it was, feeling younger than actual age meant lower early death rate for older people. I'll repeat that headline, and we're showing it. Feeling younger than your actual age meant lower early death rate for older people. Turns out that feeling younger, they said, than your actual age would be good for you. And older people who felt just even three or more years younger than their chronological age had a lower death rate compared to those who felt their age or who felt more than 1 year older than their actual age. Sometimes what we do is we cause people to think older than their actual age by the way we treat them. That's what I'm trying to say. So we do know that how you think, and believe me, I could spend the rest of the week and next week sharing with you one study after another to make my point and support it, that how you think about aging, how you treat the elderly, affects how they age. And if you have a negative view about aging, I would suggest that you try to learn to modify that and be more optimistic. And look and try to find the more positive aspects of it, which I do on this show. Didn't sort of get that feeling today because I'm trying to make the point that there's room for improvement here. Come back, we'll talk to Cass Ingram. Love being with you.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation for when you don't. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Great to be with you. Thanks for tuning in wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show. And whatever you may be doing, you can watch the show at letstalknutrition.com if you're so inclined. But of course, there's your trusty radio, and the show is coast to coast, so it does play at different times in different markets on your radio. You have to check your local listings, and you can all shows are on demand. The videos are on demand because the show streams, so the videos are on demand and the audios are on demand as well. You can go back and listen or watch at your leisure. The audio portions of the show are found under a link called Show Schedule. It gives you the date, the guest's name, and the theme. I write those themes. I have Stephen, I give him the themes, and he puts them in. So they're pretty much on point, and you can guess as to what the show will be about. It's literally a virtual library of wonderful guests and insight, and not just information, but solid evidence-based conversation that you can have some confidence in that what we're talking about is not just a bunch of opinions, but can be substantiated and supported. My guest in this portion of the show is Dr. Cass Ingram. Dr. Ingram was on my show 10 years ago on a regular basis. Dr. Ingram, of course, many of you know who Dr. Ingram is, and North American Herb and Spice is the company with which he is affiliated. North American Herb and Spice was one of the first sponsors of Let's Talk Nutrition back then, so it's been a long time. And he's back, as they say, he's back, and I always enjoy having Dr. Ingram on. He's very thoughtful, very passionate about what he does in his company and how he feels about health and medicine, natural and otherwise. And I want to chat with him today. One of the newer themes on the show lately has been I've been talking about hemp and CBD. So I'm going to see if I can get him to talk a little bit about that and whatever else he wants to talk about. Dr. Ingram, welcome back to Let's Talk. How are you?
No, I'm fantastic, my friend. How you been getting along? Good to be back.
I'm doing okay. Before we get into the topic, as I said, I always have found you to be very thoughtful, Dr. Ingram, and I know that you have a lot of experience. You've traveled around the world. You've seen a lot. You have experience in different cultures. In the first portion of the show, I was talking about our perspectives on aging, and the one in particular in our culture. I was talking about, as individuals, our individual perspective and society's perspective on aging affects how people age, and it affects how we treat the elderly, and so on, right? Yeah. So in your experience in traveling around the world, whether it be through the Middle East, Europe, United States, Canada, you've been everywhere. What is your take on this? Have you thought about that much?
Yeah, the elderly are regarded as an obligation to extend the love and the care that they gave to the children without any thought or any consideration. In other words, it's automatic that they are taken up and taken care of.
In what culture in particular? And you have
the Middle East, Pakistan, Bangladesh, goodly parts of Africa, North Africa, Egypt, certain pockets of Europe, but mostly in the to some degree in the Chinese culture, certainly, but yeah, primarily in Africa, North Africa, the Middle East, you see this, and also Central America and South America, you see this approach, and it's beautiful to see.
Mm-hmm. And you've witnessed it with your own eyes. I mean, you've seen it.
Oh yeah, it's not even a consideration. It's not. They all share, they all pitch in, and when it comes to mom and dad or the grandparents, they'll break their own bones to service them, and we can learn from that. And we've got a different situation here, but we should fight to keep them out of the nursing home in every way we can. We should all gather together to prevent that, finances allowing. But there are too many rackets in the United States. There are well-established rackets like the nursing home racket, the critical care center racket, the hospital racket, the cancer treatment racket, and my suggestion is let's focus on keeping our loved ones healthy. Mm-hmm. Preventive medicine.
Yeah, see, I knew you would have a view, and I always can count on you to give me an authentic, unvarnished response. And I respect your background and your training and all that you've done and all your travel. There's our formal education, but we learn so much when we visit all these different cultures and live in different parts of the world. I mean, that's an education that is invaluable, isn't it?
Oh, it is. It is, and there is. It's just second nature to spread the love, mm-hmm. and we should. This would benefit us too. Too many people say, "Well, I wished I would have done more. I wished I would have told my dad I loved him." So even if your dad doesn't use those words in America, you tell him, "I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad." Even if they're not good to you, you still say it. Yeah. And but I mean, you don't let anybody tyrannize you. One time I had a young lady, and she had a really overbearing Jewish mother, so she had terrible ulcerative colitis. And this happens in all families, Jewish, Muslim, Christian, doesn't matter. But in this case, it was really obvious, the interference. So I said, "Tell your mother to back off." And she told her in a different terminology, the word. And her colitis improved within 24 hours.
There you go. One of your patients. You made a point. You said, you don't want to be in a position where you say, I wish I would have done this or that. And I said in the first portion of the show, of course you weren't listening, and I said, there is no do-over, Dr. Ingram. There is no do-over. Do it the right way so you don't have those regrets later.
Oh, yeah, there's no repeat button. You can't push a button and yeah.
Well, thank you for entertaining that question. I knew you would have a point of view, and believe you me, there are a lot of people that listen to this show. We have thousands of people listen to the show, so we have quite a large demographic across the U.S. We're coast to coast, and so, but we do have a substantial portion of people that are 60 years old and older, and and even if you're 40.
Yeah,
aging affects everybody. Nobody escapes it, and how our society treats the aged of our society.
They medicate them.
We medicate them. Thank you. So
until to turn them into zombie land.
So recently on the show, I've been talking about hemp. I've had some guests on. One of your former employees, Stuart Tomk, has been on talking about hemp from time to time.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm by the way, I mentioned that you were on the show to him not long ago, and he told me to tell you sent his best.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. What's your take on hemp? And then I want to talk specifically, if you would like to, about CBD and what that is. But what's your take on hemp?
In Ottoman Turkey, when they had a degenerate person that got sick, they would give them hemp seed to regenerate them, or water from soaking the hemp seeds. Just like the natives gave wild rice. I mean, it's a food. You put it out and the birds devour it. So whether the seed or the stalk or the leaf, especially industrial hemp or non-THC bred hemp, it's a foodstuff for the animals, for the deer, for the browsing animals. It's a foodstuff for the human beings. There's a federal monopoly against hemp, so that's what you're dealing with there. But yeah, I mean, hemp seed oil, hemp seed protein, and now the CBD rich, you can call it, or I call it cannabinoid rich.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
At Nordic Naturals, we know that a commitment to deliver the world's safest, most effective omega oils requires an exceptional process. That's why we manage every step of production, from boat to bottle. That includes sustainably sourcing wild-caught fish from well-managed fisheries. It means using state-of-the-art equipment and technology at our manufacturing plant in Arctic Norway. Nordic Naturals bottles and encapsulates our omega-3s at our own facility and carefully ships products from our eco-friendly headquarters in California. The result? Nordic Naturals products have received more than 40 awards for taste, innovation, and product excellence. You can trust the quality of Nordic Naturals products and know you're getting all the health benefits omega-3 fish oils offer. Nordic Naturals' high-quality, great-tasting omega-3s make staying healthy easier for you and your family. When choosing an omega-3 fish oil product, choose the #1 fish oil in the U.S. Choose Nordic Naturals. Available at natural product retailers or online at nordicnaturals.com.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Canavest, from seed to shelf. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Nature's Dynamics, garden to gummy supplements made by Dad. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. NeoCell, the true science of collagen. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
My guest in this portion of the show today is Dr. Cass Ingram. Please visit North American Urban Spice, their website. Great company. They were one of the first sponsors of Let's Talk Nutrition 10 years ago, and I'm forever in Dr. Ingram's debt for supporting the show back then. He used to come on quite regularly and always enjoyed his engaging way of talking about things, and you'll see that today. And you heard Dr. Ingram right when I asked him about hemp. And all I said was, give me your take on hemp. And immediately you heard him say, he said, well, during the Ottoman period in Turkey, hemp was used had medicinal property. You see how he did that? He understands the history, and hemp is an ancient crop, a plant. Hemp was one of the earliest crop plants in China. I know Dr. Ingram knows that. And the ancient Chinese domesticated hemp from a wild plant into a cultivated crop. And the hemp, the cannabis sativa, was grown throughout eastern China by the year 200 BC. So it's ancient in its origins, isn't it, Dr. Ingram?
Big time. It is one of the oldest recorded natural medicines or therapeutic foods. And, the saving of the seeds by the Orientals, the Japanese as well as the Chinese and what have you. What I find most fascinating is the Islamic history of the use of hemp in collaboration with the Greek history. The Islamics translated they had the Jews there, the Christians there, and the Aramaic scholars there, the Hebrew scholars, and all those people who also knew Syriac, who also knew Greek.
Mm-hmm.
So they translated all of this massive Greek and Roman literature into Arabic, and then that went to Europe eventually through Spain. But what the Islamic doctors did was they took the takeoff of the Greek. The Greek used the cannabis to sedate people before surgery and to knock them out and post-surgically. Islamic doctors made a hashish or some sort of cannabis that would sedate a person for 7 days post-operative. They wouldn't wake up so that they wouldn't be in pain while they were healing their wounds. They used it as a medicine. Then they turn, hashish and all this pot, and they were using it as a drug. Okay, and so now today, what happened was that the monopoly from the Hearst Foundation and the other groups that were involved with trees found that hemp was too much of a threat, so they established within the federal system antagonism and against hemp, and then they made schemes about hemp addicts and drug addicts and pot addicts, and then they turned the world against it. Before that, up until about 1930, any doctor would give you cannabis extract for certain conditions. It was in vials all over the United States.
What form and what was the delivery system, Dr. Ingram?
Alcohol tinctures and that type of stuff. And they would give it for digestive disorders or colic or, general.
So it was integrated into traditional medicine in this country at one point.
Yeah, it was part of the U.S. pharmacopoeia in the 1930s until the Hearst Foundation and other monopolists, whether Rockefeller or whoever, said, well, we got to get rid of hemp because it's a interference with our pulp and paper industry. If the people get savvy on using hemp for paper, we're out of business. That's why they went after it. So it's in the federal system. The antagonism is there to protect big business. And now big business is making drugs from hemp, so they don't want anybody to make a hemp product. Now, I started researching this because I'm going to do the cannabis cure book. I'm about halfway done with that. And or whatever I'm going to call it, I don't know. But I want to change the terminology. We should be talking about cannabinoids.
There you go.
Okay, not CBD. This is not cannabinoids are found. We've been given cannabinoids all the time when we give oregano. Oregano is 10% cannabinoids by weight. Rosemary is 10% or more cannabinoids. We're already giving substances that activate the. It's just that hemp has more.
Explain to the person who may not understand what cannabinoids are what cannabinoids are.
Cannabinoids are terpenes, which are benzene ring condensates that are molecularly active at the cell receptor sites. So that's why cannabinoid-rich herbs are active against epilepsy or against depression or against anxiety or against cancer. They're activating the cellular receptors that then deal with the how do you say, the messengers, the chemical messengers are being enhanced in the communication between cells.
And now I keep saying that the anatomy books, in my anatomy courses, I took anatomy 1 and 2, we never talked about the endocannabinoid system. And I keep saying that the new anatomy books are going to have, the new editions are going to need to include they should include the cannabinoid system, the endocannabinoid system.
They have to. Who's going to argue against endocannabinoids? They're receptors just like the opiate receptors.
They're found throughout the body, the brain, the organs, the connective tissue, the glands, the immune cells. Yeah. They're found everywhere, right?
Yeah. And so that's the way God made it, and so that's why they were able to give that concentrated hashish in Greek times and in Roman and Islamic times to sedate a person for 10 days.
Amazing.
All right. So now we can take small doses to calm the central nervous system. Who couldn't use that?
Exactly. We come back. Cannabinoids promote homeostasis at every biological level.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Garden of Life, empowering extraordinary health. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Now Foods, our products work. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. If you just tuned in, my guest is Dr. Cass Ingram. And Dr. Ingram's company, North American Urban Spice, wonderful company. They make oil of oregano and a whole constellation of plant-based products. You should visit their website. There's oil. If you would come to my house right now, you would find oil of oregano, several bottles of it. I always keep it on hand. It's just part of my medicine cabinet. And you heard we're talking about hemp. And Dr. Ingram made a wonderful point. He said we should be talking about cannabinoids and the endocannabinoid system, and I agree with him. And he made the point that these endocannabinoids, their receptors are found throughout the human body. They're in your brain, all your organs, your connective tissue, your glands, your immune system. And the cannabinoid system performs different kinds of tasks and function, but the goal is generally the same. And it's balance, homeostasis, the maintenance of a stable, internal biological terrain. That's what you're seeking. Welcome back, Dr. Ingram.
Yeah, hi again. This cannabinoid system is very important for homeostasis, like you said, for balance. And one of the big benefits of cannabinoid-rich foods or substances is they do help you get a better physiological norm, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to stress, black pepper is rich in cannabinoids.
Huh.
I mean, how common is that for turmeric, rosemary, sage, hops, and oregano? Oregano is, say, 10-12% cannabinoids. Hemp is being looked at because it's 50% cannabinoids by weight when you do a CO2 extract. What we should be talking about to move it a little bit more into the safety realm for the health stores and to, on the federal regulation thing is beta-caryophyllene.
What is that?
That's the most high density cannabinoid in hemp. There are a lot of other in smaller percentage, but beta-caryophyllene is a dietary cannabinoid found in about 50 different foods and spices. They're going to ban all of that, and it's it's a terpene. That's the chemistry term.
Mm-hmm.
It's an antioxidant terpene that directly affects the receptors, especially the ones that are associated with your nerves. And so I've been experimenting with a combination of oregano CO2 extract with hemp CO2 extract, and the biggest benefit I see is it makes you calm and focused. Because when you have calmness, you have focus.
So you're talking about the CBD oil.
Well, it is theoretically CBD. I'm trying to pull us away from such terminology.
Why? Tell me why you want to do that.
Well, because of the federal scrutiny.
I see.
And I want to give the feds something to think about. We're talking about dietary cannabinoids, and we're not talking about a drug now. Dietary cannabinoids are found in spices. They're found in wild greens. They're found in industrial hemp. I mean, you can call it CBD oil if you want, but I like the fact that there's a massive amount of research about beta-caryophyllene, and that if it's 50% in hemp and it's 15% in black pepper and 7% in turmeric and 10% in oregano.
Do you think, Dr. Ingram, that using terms like cannabidiol, I mean, we have to find synonyms, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes a compound, it is what it is.
It is what it is, but this is a general category, and there's all this federal, this is illegal, this is being scrutinized, you can't say this, you can't say this. But the research data is about the cannabinoids in general, and about a lot of it's about beta-caryophyllene.
Right, and
beta-caryophyllene is a very potent influence agent at the cellular level. A wide range of actions it has on the receptors. It's highly anti-tumor, but it's found in oregano too. You see, it's found in these other things. It's a natural sedative, which oregano is. If you take juice of oregano at night and oil of oregano at night, it puts you to bed better.
I know. And the beta-caryophyllene, that's the first time anybody's used that term on the show, by the way. So,
if you put in beta-caryophyllene in the search engine, health benefits or research, it's vast.
And I found one article on it, and they called it a dietary cannabinoid.
Yeah.
So
that's a very good article, by the way.
So listen, I'm going to presume, and I don't know. I'm asking because I don't know. You now have from North American Urban Spice a hemp kind of products that
they have a CO2 extracted organic hemp oil with CO2 extracted wild oregano oil. It's called hempenol. And the hempenol is what I've been experimenting with for calm and focus.
Why did you mix the
Because it's a beta-caryophyllene oil, you see. The focus is the caryophyllene terpene, and to take two different sources like that are infamous in the medical literature, as medicinal. Plus, in neurological conditions, there was a good article published that 50% of schizophrenia, 50% of chronic depression, 50% of anxiety, 50% of obsessive compulsive is infection. So if you have candida, if you have herpes attacking the brainstem, why not put the endocannabinoid king, which is the hemp, with the king of antiseptics, which is oregano, and you can hit all the mechanisms. So if it's just an imbalance in the receptors, that's, the hemp's good. But hemp's not a very good germicide. It's okay. But, oregano can root out the candida, and candida's a big cause of neurological. When I see somebody with chronic anxiety and they're hyped up and they're or chronic depression, I'm looking for candida. It's producing acetaldehyde, it's producing formaldehyde, it's short-circuiting the neurological system. They're taking sugar, they're craving sugar, they're hitting the starch, they're hitting the chocolate heavy. And so I like this combination.
Okay, we come back, we'll talk some more. Hempenol from North American Urban Spice. And Dr. Ingram never disappoints. We come back, I'll have the LTN health question of the day. The correct answer will win you a $25 gift card. You can get some Hempenol. How about that?
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take Solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Coenzyme Q10 is a powerful antioxidant nutrient. It protects against free radical damage, supports heart function, energy production, and immune response. Aging reduces our ability to absorb CoQ10 from our diet, so supplementing with a highly absorbable form of CoQ10 is the first step to ensuring optimal levels in the body. Secondly, typical CoQ10 supplements are in a ubiquinone or non-reduced form. For the body to use that type of CoQ10, it must first convert it to ubiquinol or the reduced form. QH Absorb is Jarrow Formula's highly absorbable and bioavailable CoQ10 supplement. Not only is QH Absorb more absorbable than traditional CoQ10 supplements, but as ubiquinol, it's already in a reduced bioavailable form. Your body can use QH Absorb without having to do any conversion work. Ask specifically for Jarrow Formula's QH Absorb at your favorite vitamin retailer. For more information on QH Absorb, go to jarrow.com. That's JARROW for the best and highly absorbable bioavailable CoQ10 supplements.
Hi, I'm Kate. I try to eat a healthy diet, but the irony of eating healthy foods, like broccoli or beans, is that even though they're healthy for us, they can still cause occasional digestive upsets. That's why I take a Digest Smart high-potency enzyme with every meal. Digest Smart is from Renew Life, the digestive care experts. It's the first digestive enzyme certified by Izyme, the International Enzyme Testing Program. Each capsule provides a full spectrum of 25 powerful plant-based raw enzymes to break down each major food group, including carbs, fats, proteins, and fiber. Digest Smart enzymes also feature targeted delivery capsules to reach your intestines, where 90% of digestion occurs. Digest Smart promotes more complete breakdown of the foods you eat and optimizes nutrient availability. Plus, it helps ease digestive upsets and supports your overall digestive health. Now that's really smart. Digest Smart is from the makers of Ultimate Flora Probiotics, and both are available in health food stores everywhere.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray with a minute of important health news. One of my all-time favorite natural products is a special extract of licorice known as DGL. DGL is short for deglycyrrhizated licorice, but I tell my patients that it stands for darn good licorice. DGL is made by removing the compound in licorice that can raise blood pressure in some people. Double-blind clinical studies have shown DGL is quite useful in healing stomach and intestinal ulcers. In fact, in head-to-head studies, it has actually outperformed popular anti-ulcer drugs. But rather than inhibit the release of stomach acid, DGL stimulates the normal defense mechanisms that prevent ulcer formation and promote healing. Clinical studies have not only shown DGL to be extremely effective, but also that it is completely without side effects. Clearly, DGL is a better choice.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Nutrix Hawaii, more nutrition, better health, purely Hawaiian. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show, the first portion of the show today, while I was reporting on different studies and using those studies to support my argument, I was really functioning as a commentator and not a journalist. And I was commenting on that I think we can do better in our culture and how we view the elderly, our perspective on aging generally. We need to work on that. And so I was referring to an intriguing study coming out of Cornell University. It's a new study, and where they compared traditional and modern societies and specifically their views on aging. Here's the question, simple. In the traditional societies, the one in particular, the Shamani Amazonian culture with our forager farmers there, when they put them through the experiment, through the study, what did they learn? Did they learn that in that culture, they view the elderly as having better memories or worse memories than young people? So in this particular traditional culture, which is the Shamani Amazonian culture, do they, in that culture, view the elderly to have better memories or worse memories than young people? Simple question today. 877-897-8255. 877-897-8255. I'll give you a hint. In our culture, we view the elderly as having worse memories than young people. Dr. Ingram, welcome back. Hempenol is the product from North American Urban Spice. Let me ask you, you can help clear this up. What's the difference between a product that can, like your Hempenol, that has beta-carotene in it versus a product that has CBD oil in it?
Well, a lot of the CBD oils are concentrates, and they're specifically created to add a little of this or focus a little of that to raise the CBD level. Hempenol is a crude extract with carbon dioxide of the whole industrial organic hemp.
I see.
It's crude. Everything that's in that crude is there. That's why I'm stressing this whole complex of substances. Your minor cannabinoids, your high-dose 50% of the weight of crude CO2 extract is beta-carotene. And the other thing is it has crude CO2 extracted wild oregano in it, which contains the carvacrol. It contains 10 other terpenes and the beta-carotene. So the difference is you're dealing with crude, unaltered, the way God made it, without manipulating it to have a high level of a certain ingredient.
Okay, and does the beta-carotene, does that act as a compound to stimulate? What's the mechanism of action here?
The mechanism of action is that it acts on the inherent endocannabinoid receptor sites to produce anti-inflammatory, to regulate the inflammation process.
I see.
To improve the receptor activity of neurotransmitters.
Will it inspire more focus and ability?
Because of its ability to balance neurotransmission and to reduce the inflammation in the central nervous system and knock out the infectious agents. You get focus, calm, and a kind of a peaceful sensation as you do your work.
Have you? I know in the movie Scarface, Al Pacino says, "Never get high on your own supply." Have you taken your own product here?
Yeah. I like it because of that immediate effect. Without the fatigue.
Did it make you more focused and calm?
Yeah. See, that's what I loved about it. You get this focus, calm, but still physical strength. Whereas people who smoke pot know that they can get a little bit, apathetic about things.
I see. So you don't, and hemp is a different, even though it's the plant is the same, it's different than the marijuana plant. Hemp is a different plant.
The marijuana plant is bred to have high THC to be hallucinogenic action.
Yes.
so that you can get, we call it high, but it's kind of stoned.
Yeah. And hemp is
it's completely different. There's no THC in there.
There you go.
So you're just dealing with the original food hemp that was not manipulated.
And this is found for the listener and the viewer. This is found in North American Urban Spices product called Hempanol. Hempanol.
Hempanol is unique because it combines two raw crude sources of all the different naturally occurring neurotransmitter adjunctives that are in hemp and oregano. If the other thing that's important is there is definite effect on epilepsy. And there's very few things that eradicate epilepsy, but it's in the ancient Greek that epilepsy and oregano is effective.
Yeah, and I can always count on you to make that connection. Let's go to Tuscaloosa, Willie May. So, Willie May, in this ancient culture that they used in the study, the shamani, this Amazonian culture, did they view the elderly to have better memories or worse memories than young people?
Well, I suppose
memories.
Better memories. That's right. Congratulations, Willie May. You won a $25 supplement gift card. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you for listening. Dr. Ingram, we're out of time.
Okay, my friend. Good to talk to you.
It's always good to talk to you. North American Urban Spice. Visit their website, and their Hempanol product, along with their oregano products and wonderful products, are sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. And don't make yourself such a stranger. I always look forward to you.
Yeah. And what's the number to that vitamin group down there? What's their
Vitamin Discount Center?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can give that to you off air.
Okay, because that's a good place, and people should support them. That's all I'm thinking. I'll get the number from you.
Okay, don't hang up. Don't hang up. And yeah, Vitamin Discount Center is stores here in Tampa, but you got stores throughout. We're coast to coast, so we have literally thousands of stores that we affect and hopefully dial into. And so you can find North American Urban Spice there. And take the Hempanol. Why? Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you.